How's it going, Doom Patrollers? Welcome back to a brand new Doom Patrol Season 2 video. My god, does it feel good to actually say Doom Patrol Season 2 update video, even though I didn't include update in that first line. But still, honestly, it feels great to be making a Doom Patrol video because, you know, ever since Season 1 has ended, there hasn't been too much to talk about. But in today's video, guys, I'm going to be talking about two brand new characters who have been cast for Season 2. One of them who we actually kind of saw at the very last episode of Season 1, and the other one being a villain of Season 2. So if you guys have been itching for any Doom Patrol updates, this is the video for you. I'll be going over what we do know, what I think could happen with these characters. But as you all know already, Doom Patrol Season 2 will be airing on HBO Max alongside DC Universe, so we've still got a little bit of a while to wait yet, but you can be sure to know that I'll be covering any mini tiny little update that will be happening with Doom Patrol Season 2, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel to never miss out on a single update, and make sure you go ahead and like this video if you do go on to enjoy it. But let's start right off the bat with the casting of none other than Niles Calder's daughter, or the Chief's daughter, who we of course know as Dorothy Spinner. So if you guys remember from Season 1 Doom Patrol, as it has been a little while since the first season ended, Chief had a daughter with the primitive lady known as Oyewa. I believe that's how you say her name. Sorry, don't kill me if I'm wrong. But either way, which we saw from those events of him meeting her unfold in episode 10, Hair Patrol. Now, Dorothy spent her upbringing in isolation, similar to that of the Doom Patrol comics. She spent her time on Danny the Street until the finale, where she was taken back to Doom Manor with the old members of, just with the members of the Doom Patrol, even though they're about this big. Now, the Chief did explain in that finale episode, when getting the Doom Patrol's help, that she's a danger to everybody, and he only wanted to live one day longer than she did to protect her, but also protect others. Which is why he actually created each one of the Doom Patrol to study any means possible of extending his own life, which is when, you know, the Doom Patrol members were like, really, dude? Well, thanks to TV Line recently, they have learned and revealed that Abigail Shapiro, who is 19 years old, will be reoccurring in the second season as Dorothy Spinner, the 11-year-old daughter of Niles Calder. Now, as a lot of people tend to do, ask these questions about Doom Patrol in terms of the timeline and ages, I'm not really sure how she, is 11, considering the Chief was with Oyewa in, like, what, 1912 to 1915 or 13? I can't remember. Do you remember when it spanned the dates in the Hair Patrol episode? You guys know what I mean. So, yeah, that's still one kind of thing in Doom Patrol, is the plot holes with people's ages. Sure, you could say some of their powers might extend their life, but still, there's a lot of, like, finer details where it's like, that kind of doesn't add up. But hey, she's 11 years old, apparently. Now, this is what was said alongside the casting announcement, that Niles loves her very much and has gone through great sacrifice to protect her and the world from her special abilities. Now that she is no longer hidden, Niles will go to even greater lengths to protect her. And that just has me fascinated, because he did go through some pretty insane lengths in terms of all the Doom Patrol members being his lab rats, at least at first, to extend his own life. So how much further is he willing to go to protect Dorothy Spinner from the world, but also the world kind of from his own daughter? Now, in the comics as well, Dorothy Spinner had a facial deformity that gave her the appearance of an ape, so I do wonder if they're going to try and give her any makeup or prosthetics that will just kind of give her that look in the show, as when we saw her in the finale, they always avoided showing her face, but that's more likely due to the fact that she wasn't cast back then. But it kind of did give me the idea back then that they just hadn't also decided if they wanted to give her the deformity on the face. But now that we have Abigail Shapiro playing her, it just makes me think, will they go the traditional route, or will they just leave her as her, usual appearance? So we're just gonna have to wait and see on that. But, I'd love to know what you guys think they should do with Dorothy Spinner's appearance. In the comics as well, I believe she's quite hairy, or has hairy arms. I mean, this kind of matches up to her mother, Oyewa. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see which side of the family she inherited adapted things from. And maybe it's a blend of both, Chief and Oyewa. Watch this space. By the way, though, I'm really looking forward to seeing Dorothy Spinner in Doom Patrol Season 2. And why? Well, there's a whole bunch of reasons, to be honest. And that's because, there's a lot of possibilities that can happen in the show as a result of her character, especially given what Chief said in how, he's sought to protect others from her. So as some of you may know, she is quite a powerful character with the ability to even bring about imaginary beings. As some of you may already know, she's actually, or her story is often linked with the villain known as Candlemaker. Now, Candlemaker is a character who, or should I say a villain, who wants to escape back into the physical realm, but has to do so through Dorothy Spinner by letting her grant wishes. And if, she grants 3 of them, or sorry, if he grants three of them, then he will be free. Now, I would love to see this happen and for Candlemaker to be made apparent throughout the season, but ultimately we're just gonna have to wait and see what villains they're setting up for the following season, whether it's more than just 1 or 2, whether there's an overarching villain or whether there's multiple villains in terms of organizations such as the Brotherhood of Evil. It's a mystery right now. Other than that, I'm looking forward to seeing the other members of the Doom Patrol look after Dorothy Spinner, so to speak, considering, I'm guessing that they will just be helping look after her, and, that's why they'll be putting up with the Chief, considering what happened at the end of Season 1, with them learning about how the accidents truly came to be, and, that was all down to the Chief, but yet again, they did help him save his daughter, so I think over the course of the season, they're going to all each individually reconcile with the Chief, whilst they're kind of stuck with him in Doom Manor potentially. But that's also a fact that yet remains to be seen as to how we're gonna have all of the Doom Patrol members working alongside the Chief when they learned what they did. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them just want to get the hell out of there. And also just considering that she's a girl who can conjure like imaginary things into real life, just running around Doom Manor being very powerful, just imagining Cliff or just Rita or Larry just come across her and the antics that she may be up to as a child with a very powerful ability. Yeah, you could kind of put 1 and 1 together and how that's going to serve an interesting episode or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of Doom Patrol Season 2. But on that front of talking about new characters coming to Doom Patrol Season 2, we do have news of a villain supposedly coming, which I'm very excited to see, just given what we know about the character from the comics. Now, after Doom Patrol Season 1 ended, I went ahead and did a whole video on what villains we could possibly see in Doom Patrol Season 2, just from the popular villains of the Doom Patrol in the comics. That video is around 6 months old now, but I still feel like it's very relevant considering, we still have Season 2 incoming. We still don't know what villain or villains could be incorporated. So if you haven't checked that out already, it will be in the cards above as I just go over characters such as, Candlemaker, the Brotherhood of Evil, and more of who we could very well be seeing in the next season. But this new character who made news a couple of weeks ago for Doom Patrol Season 2 is the villain who goes by the name of Red Jack, who is seemingly being played by Roger Floyd. Usually IMDb listings of cast members isn't usually accurate, but the actor himself responded to a tweet saying thanks for the mention when reporting that he would be playing that role in Season 2. So it does look like Roger Floyd could very well be playing Red Jack. Now, supposedly he will be appearing in the 3rd episode of Season 2. Now, I wouldn't rely on that personally as concrete information right now, but it does make me think of the possibility that he could be a 1 or 2 episode villain, just similar to that of how we got the story of the Recreator and Decreator in Season 1 with the story of the Cult of the Unwritten Book. I mean, that was such a cool little self-contained, it did lead into the larger villain of Mr. Nobody as well, with how he kind of manipulated that story, but if we got like another story like that with Red Jack, for example, that'd be really cool. But I'm definitely looking forward to this character appearing just because he is honestly as wacky as any other Doom Patrol character that you loved from Season 1. And honestly, if you're a fan of what you've already seen through the crazy stories with Beard Hunter, Mr. Nobody's antics, then, Red Jack will definitely be up your street. Now, Red Jack is a character who has gone by various names in the comics, from Spring-Heeled Jack to Jack the Ripper. He He is a person who believes that he is a god and, as a result, even thinks that he created the universe. He has a whole range of powers and abilities that you'd expect of a godlike entity character, from super strength to reality manipulation and more, and he grows even more powerful through the suffering of others, and in his case, that being butterflies. Now, in the comic books, the Doom Patrol came across Red Jack when he kidnapped Rhea Jones to be his bride. He explained to the Doom Patrol that when his house would intersect with their world, that is when he would have to go and wreak some havoc. Now, he did explain to them that his power was fueled by suffering, which is why he had so many butterflies collected and alive, and even though he could easily defeat the Doom Patrol, he was defeated himself when Crazy Jane released all the butterflies, and as a result, at the same time, Rhea woke up from her coma and stabbed Red Jack, and as the butterflies escaped, his power through their suffering was undone, and he just kind of disappeared. Now, obviously, as I often say, this won't be like copy and pasted into the show, but at the same time, I do think it could mirror a similar story where perhaps Rita could be kidnapped, and Jane maybe still releases all of the butterflies that Red Jack had collected to help fuel his power from their suffering, and it could just be another episode, as I already explained, with the Recreator and Decreator, where they could even get other characters involved again, like with the help of Willoughby Kipling. I mean, because I really loved Willoughby Kipling's involvement with that Recreator and Decreator episode, so if they get him back to tackle Red Jack or something like that, it would just be such a good opportunity. And if they don't do it, it's just a wasted opportunity, because I'm pretty sure all of us enjoyed his character as, like, I don't know, the Constantine of Doom Patrol. But then again, it is possible that they could tie Red Jack into a larger weaving of villains for Season 2. As I said, I really want to see the Brotherhood of Evil in Season 2. In Season 1, we got that kind of fake Brotherhood of Evil moment where the Doom Patrol kept going against them and kept dying. But I would just love that, but in, a real fruition. Because, yeah, they could get up to all kinds of schemes and plots. But ultimately, this is all we know right now. We've got Dorothy Spinner cast, and apparently Red Jack, played by Roger Floyd, is coming. So I would love to know your thoughts down in the comments below as to what you're hoping to see from these characters, how you think the Doom Patrol will interact with each character, obviously quite differently with each one. Dorothy being very powerful and the Chief's daughter, also a kid with that, quite limitless power, and then Red Jack, I wonder how they're going to adapt him, this godlike, being, into an episode or two, or maybe more. But anyway, guys, if you did like this video and you want to stay up to date with any Doom Patrol updates, make sure you do go ahead and subscribe with the notifications turned on as well, so you make sure you never miss out on a single Doom Patrol video. And just if you got this far in the video especially, leave a like on it. It really does help boost the video out. YouTube seems to only favor likes, so yeah, I just really appreciate that. Other than that, everyone, you can check out my past couple of videos appearing on the screen around here somewhere. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you Doom Patrollers in the next video. Goodbye.